I've helped retirees move to Pittsburgh from New York, California, and even Florida. And there's one common thing that they have all told me, and that's we wish we would have done this sooner. And in this video, I'm going to show you why Pittsburgh might be the best retirement decision you ever make. From affordability to healthcare to vibrant, walkable neighborhoods that most people don't even know exist here. Over the past few years, we've guided hundreds of retirees on relocating here to Pittsburgh. And I've seen pretty much the same patterns within them all. People who do their homework and end up with the right strategy are the ones who end up with the retirement lifestyle of their dreams. But the people who wing it usually end up paying too much, choosing the wrong suburb, or realizing too late that they missed opportunities that others grabbed first. Let me paint the picture. A couple I worked with recently just sold their longtime home in New Jersey. They said that the taxes were eating them alive. They wanted a place where retirement savings would last, where they just wouldn't feel like squeezed every single month. And like many retirees, they looked at the sunny state of Florida first. But after factoring in the rising insurance costs, the rising house prices, HOA fees, and overcrowding, they realized that the cheap dream retirement wasn't so cheap after all. That's when they started looking at Pittsburgh, and it completely flipped their perspective. And here's really why Pittsburgh is such a hidden gem for retirement. To start off, Pittsburgh does not tax your Social Security income, and it also does not tax withdrawals from your retirement accounts, such as a 401k or your IRA. So this means your retirement dollars stretch here further in Pittsburgh than in many other states. And housing costs in Pittsburgh are around 38% lower than the national average, depending on the area you choose. And unlike places where you have to drive 45 minutes for good healthcare, Pittsburgh is home to two world-class hospital systems, UPMC and Allegheny Health Network, both which are nationally ranked. And there is a hospital or satellite office probably 5 to 10 minutes away from every single suburb you're in. They're popping up literally everywhere throughout Pittsburgh. So that all sounds nice, but in this video, I'm really going to walk you through how much home you could actually get for the cost here, the neighborhoods and spots that retirees are choosing, from walkable city spots to maintenance-free communities, and common pitfalls to avoid to make sure you don't regret this move later. I spent my career helping families and retirees relocate here to Pittsburgh smoothly. And what I learned that relocating here isn't just about finding a house. It's about finding the right community, the right healthcare, with the right taxes so that your retirement feels safe, comfortable, and stress-free. And that's exactly what I'm gonna help you map out in this video. Think of retirement kind of like planting a tree. If you plant it in the wrong soil, no matter how much sunlight or water it gets, it will always struggle. But in the right soil, it thrives naturally. That's the difference between retiring in an overcrowded and overpriced spot versus a place like Pittsburgh, where the soil is built for growth and longevity. So let's start with the number one question every retiree has. Can I actually afford to live in Pittsburgh? Because here's the truth, the biggest threat to retirement isn't boredom, it's running out of money. And where you choose to live is the biggest single factor that will determine how far your retirement income could stretch. Take Florida, for example, the classic retirement destination. Housing prices have skyrocketed over the past few years, and homeowners insurance has doubled in most of the counties. I just worked with a couple who literally left Tampa because they realized their homeowners insurance was over $8,000 every single year. And that's before taxes, HOAs, and rising utilities. Now compare that to Pittsburgh, where your median home price is under $250,000, which is almost half of the national average. Even in sought-after suburbs, you could find beautiful single-level properties for $350,000 to $450,000, where that same home in Florida or Arizona could cost at least $650,000 to $750,000. And here's something that most retirees don't even realize. Pennsylvania does not tax your Social Security benefits. And like I said before, it doesn't tax your withdrawals from your IRA or 401k. which is absolutely huge. It's a huge deal when you're thinking about preserving your income. So not only are your housing costs lower, but your retirement savings go way further. One of my clients from Long Island told me that she literally felt like she got a raise after moving to Pittsburgh. She sold her New York home, bought a ranch in Peters Township, and still had a lot of money left over. And her property taxes dropped more than half. And because her Social Security wasn't taxed here, she suddenly felt financially free in a way she never has after 40 years of working. Think about it like this. Retiring in a high-cost state is kind of like trying to fill a leaky bucket. No matter how much water you pour in, it keeps draining through taxes, insurance, and inflated housing costs. But Pittsburgh, it's like patching that bucket. Your money stays where it belongs, with you, funding your lifestyle, travels, and experiences. So imagine this. Instead of stressing about your property taxes and how long your nest egg is going to last, you're actually enjoying retirement. Isn't that the whole point? You're traveling, spending time with your grandkids, and knowing that your healthcare is world-class and your community is safe and vibrant. That's what retiring in Pittsburgh unlocks. Financial breathing room that translate right into freedom. But affordability is only one piece of the puzzle. Saving money is always a great thing. But if you don't have access to healthcare when you need it the most, the savings won't matter. And that's exactly why we're going to talk about Pittsburgh's healthcare system, because it's one of the biggest reasons that people are quietly moving to Pittsburgh from all over the country. So Pittsburgh is the headquarters of UPMC, which is the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center. It's ranked among the nation's top hospital systems by the US News and World Report. In fact, UPMC Shadyside actually ranks among the nation's top 20 hospitals nationwide. And you've also got Allegheny Health Network that also provides an entire network of world-class hospitals and specialists. And unlike sprawling retirement states where you might need to drive an hour for access to these hospitals, in Pittsburgh, you're often 10 to 20 minutes from top-tier hospitals, cancer centers, and cardiology. That's a massive quality of life difference. And one of my other clients from Florida actually told me that their healthcare was the breaking point from her looking at different options. She said they were waiting months to see specialists, and by the time they got in, their conditions actually worsened. And after relocating to Pittsburgh, she could not believe the difference. Shorter wait times, world-class specialists, and hospitals within 15 minutes of her home. For her, that peace of mind was absolutely priceless. So picture this, you're not having to worry about the drive to the hospitals, about the wait time, about even getting in at all. You're living in a neighborhood that you love, knowing that some of the best doctors in the world are a few minutes away from you. That security allows you to focus on the things that really matter during retirement. Family, hobbies, travel, instead of constant anxiety about the health. Now, saving money, having world-class healthcare, these two things are huge. But what about your day-to-day life? Can you actually enjoy retirement here? Is it walkable? Are there communities where you could grab coffee and brunch, see your neighbors all the time, not feel isolated, have good people around? That's exactly what we're diving into next. Pittsburgh's surprisingly walkable neighborhoods and retiree-friendly suburbs. Spoiler alert, the people here are absolutely amazing, down to earth, so friendly, so neighborly, definitely great partners to play pickleball with, tennis, golf, you name it, they're down. And by the way, if you're even considering retiring in Pittsburgh, feel free to reach out. Our contact information is up here on the screen, and it's always in that description below. You could call, text, email, or DM us anytime, 24/7. This is what we do full time, and we absolutely love it. When you reach out, you're going to get a clear strategy tied to your retirement goals, the confidence that you're not overpaying or ending up in the wrong suburb, and a partner to sort through the areas, the properties, and the financials with you that truly understands the lifestyle of retirement in Pittsburgh and the best places for you to live. And if you don't reach out, you could risk spending weeks or months trying to piece this this together on your own. Maybe buying in the wrong area, missing out on neighborhoods that could have fit you perfectly and could have got you integrated into the right community, missing out on the areas with the lower taxes, and missing out on your dream retirement. The retirees who call us early usually end up saving money, having lower stress, and actually enjoying the process. The ones who wait always come back to us and say, I wish I would have reached out sooner. So don't wait, because this is way too important to leave to chance, and we absolutely love hearing from you guys and helping you in every single way throughout this process. Now, let's talk about your day-to-day life, because saving money, having healthcare, huge wins, but if you feel isolated or everything is a 30-minute drive away, retirement can quickly feel lonely and frustrating. This is where Pittsburgh surprises a lot of people. It's actually one of the most walkable and neighborhood-focused cities in the country. In fact, Pittsburgh consistently ranks as one of the top 10 most walkable cities in the US. And when you look at neighborhoods like Squirrel Hill, Shadyside, Lawrenceville, these are places where you could literally walk to grocery stores, pharmacies, coffee shops, and restaurants without ever stepping foot in a car. And if you're looking at walkable suburbs, places like Mount Lebanon and Sewickley were literally designed for walkability. Tree-lined streets, local boutiques, large sidewalks, and a real sense of community where you could step outside and actually bump into your neighbors. One of my clients who moved here from California said her favorite thing wasn't the affordability, it was actually the community and being able to walk outside, see the same faces in the morning, catch up with people, meet new people, and walk to that coffee shop and enjoy her morning brunch. She said it feels like a small town, but she still has everything she needs here. And that is the beauty of Pittsburgh. World-class amenities, but still small enough to feel like home. Think of it like retirement in Pittsburgh is structured around these little villages. Each neighborhood has its own character, its own parks, shops, and culture. So instead of feeling like you're stuck in the middle of nowhere, you're truly in a living, breathing community with so many different communities around you to explore. So picture this, being able to wake up, grab your morning coffee without driving 20 minutes, head to a local park or trail for exercise, and spend your afternoons enjoying theaters, museums, sports, all within very close reach. That's what retirees here are finding. Not just a place to live, but a lifestyle they could enjoy every single day. And here's where it gets more exciting. Not every neighborhood or suburb in Pittsburgh is designed for retirees. Some areas are more tax friendly, have access to better healthcare, and some are up and coming communities that give you more access to affordability and lifestyle. So next, I'm going to break down the best retiree friendly suburbs and why people are quietly choosing them over the traditional hotspots. So as mentioned before, Mount Lebanon, designed for walkability. It's the classic suburb with the small town charming feel, beautiful architecture, extremely walkable with grocery stores, some of the best cafes and eateries in the city, but also quick access to South Hills Village Mall, Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, the Galleria. So you're getting the best of both worlds. You're getting the small mom and pop shops, but also access to literally the best shopping that the city has to offer. It's a very strong community, which has so many different community events, ways to volunteer, get involved and stay involved, a wonderful school program, so many families are attracted to this area, so many beautiful parks with tennis, pickleball, golf courses, really an oasis of outdoor activities. Plus you get public transit into the city by the T-line, which is pretty rare for a suburb. It's a great option if you want convenience, but still that suburban lifestyle. And if you want that upscale feeling with everything you need at your fingertips. Sewickley, on the other hand, this is north, and it's a riverfront suburb with a historic downtown section. It's a real Hallmark movie feel with boutique shops, cafes, and it's very upscale and high-end feeling. It's very social, lots of community events. Again, a very highly rated school system attracting a lot of families, also retirees and people from all walks of life who could really enjoy that European feel. It's perfect if you want small town warmth, but also elegance. Next one is Peters Township, and this is actually in Washington County. Popular for retirees who want more land, possibly new construction, and lower taxes. There are many new new construction communities with first floor living, lots of villas, 55 plus exclusive communities, proximity to the South Hills Village shops that are also close to Mount Lebanon. You're about 10 to 15 minutes away from the mall. You have plenty of golf courses and country clubs out this way, and it has that clean, newer feel to it. Things are more spread apart, not as walkable, but if you get into a new construction community or some of the neighborhoods do have some sidewalks and are very easy to navigate your daily walks. It's really a great balance of peace, access, and amazing real estate options with really great monthly payments due to the lower taxes. And we'll compare that with the north, which is Cranberry Township, Mars area. These are actually Butler County, so you're also getting more land, more new construction, and lower taxes, but it does feel a bit busier. And one thing to mention about Peters Township is there is the Meadows Racetrack and Casino, so there's lots of events there, and it's really cool thing to have at your fingertips along with Tanger outlets. But bringing that up to Cranberry Township area, you're packed with everything you need. Costco, Sam's Club, Whole Foods are close by, Trader Joe's, Giant Eagle. All of your conveniences are there, and they're actually newer because this area was recently developed. So you have a ton of brand new buildings, brand new homes, although you do have quick access to all of these major highways, which does make the area feel busier and possibly less peaceful for your lifestyle. It's really good for professionals, commuters, and families because of the schools. But if you want a lower lifestyle with more peace, you might choose Mars over Cranberry Township. There is booming new construction with tons of low maintenance living styles. You have North Park nearby, which is the county's largest park with endless activities, including an Olympic style swimming pool, every game you can imagine, cafes, and ice cream literally in the park. So it's such a cute visit. Perfect if you want everything within a 10-minute drive, you're looking for lower taxes and new construction. Next, you have Fox Chapel or O'Hara Township. It's a leafy, affluent community with beautiful homes and privacy. These are more like estate homes. They were built a bit older, not as much new construction, and you're paying a premium since it's one of Pittsburgh's most expensive suburbs. But it does give you at least 15-minute proximity to the city. You have Waterworks shopping area, not as many nice grocery stores, not as many nice amenities, but you do have like the country club, you have golfing. It's a very tighter knit, affluent feel to it compared to the other options. Very close to UPMC hospitals. And you do have the riverfront where so many people have their boats docked. So if you are into boating, this would be your community for sure. We actually have a video on a lot of these communities, so I'll link them in the description below so you could see everything from the Fox Chapel Marina all the way to what Cranberry Township actually has to offer and what new construction options are in these areas. So look in the description below because we'll be highlighting all of these different areas in the vlog tours that we already did on them. And there are literally so many other areas I could think of. Franklin Park, McCandless, Pine Township, Allison Park, South Fayette and Bridgeville, Murraysville, Penn Township. I mean, I could literally go on and on. That's really what it comes down to. If you tell us 2 to 3 things about what you're looking for, we could literally match you not only to the perfect area, but sometimes to the perfect street, down to the exact house that would be the best fit for you. My family's been investing here in real estate for over 30 years with the home improvements business and roofing business for over 30 years. And we've been relocating people here for over 6 years now. So if you tell us a few things about what you're looking for, we could really match you to that perfect spot and go through these neighborhoods in depth one-on-one with you. One couple I worked with at the beginning of this year actually moved here from Chicago after only living in Chicago their entire life. They thought they were going to retire in Florida, but after visiting Pittsburgh, spending some time here, they absolutely fell in love with Sewickley. They walked to church, their favorite bakery and cafe every Sunday morning, and they told me we didn't just find a house, we found a community. That's the difference choosing the right area in Pittsburgh could make for you. Think of choosing these suburbs like choosing something as simple as a shoe. The wrong fit will hurt every step you make, no matter how nice they look. But the right fit, it feels effortless and it lasts. That's exactly how finding the right community in Pittsburgh works. Imagine waking up in a home that's affordable and gives you absolutely everything you could dream of, surrounded by neighbors you actually know and look forward to talking to, with healthcare and amenities 10 minutes away. No stress, no commute chaos, no overwhelming costs, no natural disasters, just retirement that feels connected and free. But here's the truth. Even in an amazing city like Pittsburgh, people make mistakes. Some choose the wrong suburb, some underestimate property taxes, others overpay because they don't have the right strategy or understand the real estate market. So in the next section, I'll be breaking down the biggest mistake retirees make when moving here and how you can avoid them. The truth is that these mistakes don't just cost you money. They can rob you of the retirement lifestyle you've been looking forward to your entire life. A huge mistake is choosing the wrong suburb to live in. Some retirees rush into choosing a suburb before understanding how the suburbs of Pittsburgh truly are. They end up with higher taxes than they expected, no access to quick healthcare, or a community that doesn't fit their lifestyle. And once you buy, sometimes you're stuck. The key is strategy. You don't just need a house. Yes, there are plenty of nice homes all throughout Pittsburgh suburbs, but you need the right community that matches your retirement goals, and you need to understand each community in depth. Another mistake I see is underestimating property taxes. Pennsylvania might not tax your retirement income, which is a huge advantage, but property taxes vary extremely widely suburb by suburb. I've seen retirees who literally thought they got a bargain on a home, only to realize that their taxes were thousands of dollars more per year than they budgeted. This is why local expertise matters. We run property tax estimates before you buy, so there is no surprises. We could tell you what the property taxes have been over the past few years, what areas have the lower taxes compared to some of the highest taxes in the county. Another mistake is going in with zero leverage. Builders and sellers prefer buyers who are prepared. If you wait until the last minute, or if you come in with the wrong contingencies, you could lose out on the perfect home. If you don't have the right structure in place, you could miss out on the last lot in the new construction community. I help retirees use things like equity access, bridge loans, or stronger reservation strategies to stay competitive without the stress. Number 4 is trying to DIY relocation. This might be the biggest mistake I've seen. Trying to figure out Pittsburgh all on your own, just from Google, random people on Reddit, or big name real estate sites that don't tell you the honest picture. You could get the facts, but you're not going to get the context behind it. And context is what keeps you from making a 6-figure mistake. What we do is eliminate the guesswork. I've helped retirees from Florida, New Jersey, Washington, and I already know the exact questions and concerns you have before you even ask them, because I've solved them hundreds of times before. One couple tried to go at it all alone. They picked a suburb based on a best place to live list, only to discover later that the taxes were the highest in the county and the healthcare didn't exactly match their needs. 6 months later, they called me and said, "We wish we would have contacted you from the beginning." I had to help them end up selling the property, moving somewhere else, and closing costs in Pittsburgh are not inexpensive, so it's really best if you don't have to sell your home and move somewhere else. So don't let this be your story. It's basically like sailing without a map. Sure, you might get to the destination, hopefully eventually, but you're risking storms, delays, and detours. Working with the right guide, it's like having the best GPS money could buy. You get there faster, safer, and with confidence. And you might do a little dance when you arrive at your destination. Retirement should be all about freedom and not stress. By avoiding these mistakes, you set yourself up for the lifestyle that you've been dreaming of. Affordable living, world-class healthcare, vibrant communities, and peace of mind. And here's the thing, I saved the most important part for last, because there's one mistake that costs retirees more than anything, and avoiding it could be the single smartest move you've made in your retirement journey. Let's talk about it right now. It's pretty simple. They wait too long to reach out. They wait to start planning. They wait until the perfect home slips through their fingers. And then they're left settling for second best. And here's the truth. Pittsburgh is still very affordable compared to the rest of the country, but it is changing. Builders are running out of lots. Taxes do shift. Neighborhoods that were affordable in 2022 are now premium in 2026. The longer you wait, the fewer options you have, and the more you'll end up paying, especially in an up-and-coming area like Pittsburgh. I had a couple from Washington who toured homes with me in 2021. They loved 2 suburbs, but they decided to wait until the market cooled down. And when they came back 2 years later, home prices were up 20% in those exact areas. And the community that they wanted, that was a new construction community, was completely sold out. That's how much demand there is coming to the area. They told me that the hesitation did put a damp in their retirement, but luckily we were able to find them something that they absolutely love, which was also a new construction community, but was actually coming here in 2025. So even though they spent more money, they're still extremely happy, but they are also bummed that they missed out on something that could have been even more perfect for them and at a way lower cost. It's kind of like booking a flight. If you buy early, you get the seat you want at a good price. But if you wait, sometimes the sales are gone and you're stuck paying more to sit all the way in the back. Retirement is no different. Timing is everything. But the retirees who reach out early, they end up saving thousands, securing the neighborhood of their dreams. They don't just retire, but they thrive. So here's my advice. Don't wait. Call, text, email, DM us literally anytime. Our contact information is here on the screen and down in the description below. Always, if you reach out now, you'll get a clear and personalized relocation plan, access to the best retiree-friendly neighborhoods, all based on you and your situation, and the confidence that you won't miss that window maybe at a new build community that has a few lots left. This is literally what I do 24/7, is help people relocate here to Pittsburgh, find that perfect area, talk about the housing market where you could get the best value and the best deal depending on what you're looking for, whether that's resale, new construction, maybe a charming home built in the 1900s. There are so many options, not only in terms of communities, but in terms of housing inventory here in Pittsburgh. And we watch the market like hawks every single day and help people every single day get offers accepted, even when there's 15 other offers on the property. Your retirement deserves more than a chance. Build it with someone that has experience, and we can build it together the right way. And if you're still researching, feel free to check out our other videos on Pittsburgh, cost of living, different neighborhood tours, and what the real estate market is truly like. You could start by watching those right here, and we'll see you in the next one.